Greetings, fellow lords and ladies, and yes, I know I'm late in doing this. I'm so sorry. I know it's late at night, but I'm so sorry. But anyway, so welcome to Game of Thrones episode reviews, where this month we're going to be looking at season 6 of Game of Thrones. And just to let you guys know, from here on in, I'm only going to be looking at like the plots of the episode. I'm not going to go into further details about like trivia and stuff like that, but it's only going to be for this season as well as the final 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. That might change once I get into House of the Dragon, which I will be looking at once I'm done with Game of Thrones. I know that season 3 of House of the Dragon is in pre-production right now, but there you go. And also let you guys know, I'm going to be looking at the shows from release order. So House of the Dragon is going to be next, and after that, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, then all the shows after that I will be looking at. So there you go. Just want to throw that out there. So anyway, let's take a look at the first episode of Game of Thrones Season 6, The Red Woman. So, beginning in the north, Ramsay and Maester Vulcan attend to the dead body of Miranda. Ramsay remembers the first time he met her. Seeing that other people were afraid of him, including the Maester, she wasn't. Vulcan asks if they should bury her or construct a funeral pyre. Ramsay orders to feed her to the hounds. Roose Bolton meets with Ramsay and asks if preemptively assaulting the struggling army of Stannis Baratheon makes him feel like a winner now that they've lost Sansa. A Lannister army marching north could easily overwhelm the Bolton troops at Winterfell and the Dreadfort. Ramsay assures his father that they will recapture Sansa as he sent his best men to find her. Roose continues that they need her to rally the North against the Lannisters, if need be, until he warns Ramsay that if he fails to recapture her, his unborn brother will become his heir instead of Ramsay. Theon and Sansa, having survived the fall from Winterfell's wall, run through the Wolfswood, realizing there are already men with hounds chasing them. Theon tries their scent by crossing a river. Guiding a frightened Sansa, they make it across and hide behind a fallen tree with Theon hugging Sansa to try to keep her warm. Hearing the dogs still after them, Theon tries to lead them away, telling Sansa to keep heading north for Castle Black and Jon. A group of Bolton men sent by Ramsay with the bastard's girls find them. Theon claims Sansa was hurt when they jumped in and he left her to die, but the dogs find her. The leader mocks Theon over what Ramsay will do to him now and prepares to bring them back to Winterfell. Bran and Podrick arrive and a fight begins. Bran kills most of them while Podrick displays the techniques she taught him, managing to kill one. He's attacked by another briefly holds his own before being knocked down, but Theon grabs his sword and kills the Bolton man. Sansa accepts Bran into her service. Nice. Anyway, in Braavos, Arya is blind and begs for money in the streets when the waif approaches her with 2 fighting sticks, giving her one of them. Arya explains that she can't fight because she's blind, but the waif simply answers, "That's not my problem," and starts beating her. Arya partly tries to defend herself but fails miserably. The waif stops and says that they'll meet again tomorrow. In Meereen, Varys and Tyrion are seen walking through the city of Meereen, dressed as merchants. After coming upon a starving woman and her baby, Tyrion offers a coin, saying the money is for the baby to eat. This part really frightens the woman, who thinks that he wants to buy her baby to eat it. Varys intercedes, explaining to the woman the money is so the baby can eat. The relieved woman accepts Tyrion's generosity. As they continue their walk through the city, Tyrion says that they need to find the leader of the Sons of the Harpy in order to bring peace to Meereen. Varys explains that his spies have been sent all over the city, and that soon they will bring him information. The conversation is interrupted by a crowd of screaming people running from a huge cloud of smoke. The two make their way towards the origin of the smoke. All the ships in the harbor have been set aflame. Tyrion comments that they won't be sailing to Westeros in the near future. Meanwhile, in the Dothraki Sea, Daario and Jorah are looking for Daenerys, and they come upon the remains of a ram tried by Drogon's fire. Knowing they are on the right track, they note numerous hoof prints in the proximity. While Jorah realizes that Dothraki have been here, he finds the ring that Daenerys intentionally dropped on the ground. Daenerys is shown walking with her hands bound, and two Dothraki take her to Khal Moro as a gift. The Khal wants to rape her, but she explains who she is, Khal Drogo's widow. The Khal invites her and promises her that she will not be harmed. The nurse asked to be escorted back to Marine in exchange for the promise of 1,000 horses for a safe return. Morcerf tells her that she has to remain in the temple of Vastothrak with the other calls for the remainder of her days and join the Dosh Kalin. In the water gardens, Laurie helps Doran get to his wheelchair as they both reminisce about Oberyn, with Doran stating how he envied his late brother for the adventurous life he led. Laurie states that Doran would have made a bad adventurer, Oberyn would have been a bad ruler. After Doran settles into his chair, Maester Caliod brings him a message that Marcella has died. Before Doran can react, Tyene stabs Hota in the back, killing him, while Larry stabs Doran in the chest. As he lies on the floor, his other guards do nothing, indicating they have sided with Ilaria. As she twists her knife into Doran, Ilaria angrily says he remained passive despite the brutal deaths of both his sister and brother, and that the people of Doran are with her now. As he is gasping, Doran makes her spare Trystane, but she coolly scoffs at him. Doran then dies in a pool of his own blood. Anyway, in King's Landing, Cersei sitting alone in her room when a servant enters and announces that a ship from Dorne has arrived. Realizing that Marcella has come home, Cersei joyfully runs down to the harbor, only to see a grim-faced Jaime alongside a shrouded body. She tearfully understands that her daughter has died. Later, in the Red Keep, Cersei asks Jaime when was the first time he saw a dead body, to which he replies it was their mother's. Cersei tells of her memory of the horror she felt after first seeing her mother's corpse, and wishes not to see it happen to Marcella. She reveals Maggie's prophecy to Jaime, but he dismisses it as nonsense. Meanwhile, Marjorie is still imprisoned by the Faith, and the High Sparrow comes to visit her. She asks about Loras. The High Sparrow says that she has to confess first. She admits that nobody is without sin. It tells her that she is on the right path, but still has a long way to go. Obar and Nymeria arrive on Prince Trystane's ship, announcing their intention to kill him. Nymeria offers Trystane the choice of which one of the stands he'd like to fight, and chooses Nymeria, only to be killed when Obara impales her through the back of his head when he faces Nymeria. And finally, at the wall, the Meaniers have left Jon's body where he fell. Ghost is howling and scratching at the door in grief, which gets the attention of several people, including Davos, who leaves his room to investigate. Davos finds Jon's dead body just before Ed and some other brothers arrive. Taking the body inside, where Ed clears the table and angrily curses Thorin after closing Jon's eyes. Davos asks if Ed can trust any of his brothers, and he replies, the ones in this room. Davos convinces him to bring Ghost in, deciding that they need all the help they can get. Melisandre arrives, saying she saw Jon in the flames fighting Winterfell. Davos and the Black Brothers doubt the now dead Lord Commander could do such a thing, and she returns to her room. Alistair Thorne, Othel Yarwick, and Bowen Marsh hold a meeting where the remaining Black Brothers stationed at Castle Black and explain their reasoning for killing the Lord Commander. Most of the brothers come to understand them and side with the mutineers. Back inside the room, Davos knows Thorne is sure to have made his move by now. In response, Ed says he doesn't care because Jon was his friend and they butchered him, and he rallies the loyal brothers to try and take out Thorne in revenge. Davos responds they are hopelessly outnumbered, stating Ghost isn't enough, and when Ed brings him up, for reminding him that there are others nearby who owe Jon their lives. Realizing he means the wildlings, instructs the others to bar the door and not let anyone in while he sneaks out to get help. Thorne and other senior members of Night's Watch approach the room, with additional members in tow bearing arms. Thorne speaks to Davos through the locked door and promises full amnesty for the members of the Watch. He offers Davos a fresh horse and a safe passage to ride south or in any direction he wishes, and asks that Davos can take Melisandre with him. Davos mocks what he knows to be an insincere offer by requesting mutton. He tells Thorne he is a poor hunter and doesn't want to starve, so he needs some mutton for his trip. Thorne promises him food will be provided, and notes that the offer is available as long as everyone in the room surrenders by sundown. Alone in her bedroom, Melisandre appears crestfallen, looking as if she had been betrayed and led astray by the Lord of Light. There are various containers on a table next to her bed, among them small ones with potions and other liquids, and a mirror. She unbuttons the front of her dress, showing a young, beautiful body. She removes the dress completely and stands nude before the mirror. As she removes her large necklace, the gem loses its glow. In the mirror, Melisandre's reflection shows she has transformed, and morphed back to the 400 years old woman she has been said to be. A frail old woman with sagging breasts, leathery skin, and thin, wispy white hair. Fully nude, with her head bowed down in a despondent manner, she climbs into bed and pulls the fur blanket on top of her. Oh, poor Melisandre. So I think this is a very interesting start to this season, and also very melancholy as well, but hopefully things will look up in the next episode. So yeah. So overall, I give The Red Woman 4 Iron Thrones out of 5. Anyway, tune in as we look at the next episode, which is Home. So until then, remember everyone, winter is coming.